In the heart of Maplewood, a quaint little town known for its charming streets and close-knit community, stood the Maple Grove Diner. The clinking of silverware and the gentle hum of conversation filled this cozy establishment, a sanctuary for those seeking warmth in a hearty meal and familiar faces. For Lisa Carter, the diner had become a second home. At 29, she had spent the last 5 years working as a waitress there, known for its inviting atmosphere and generous portions. Although her job was demanding, it allowed her to keep her head above water while she pursued her dream of becoming a freelance writer. One brisk autumn evening, the diner was particularly bustling. The end-of-day rush had left Lisa's feet aching, but she wore a genuine smile for her patrons. Her attention was divided between serving tables, refilling coffee cups, and jotting down orders amidst the chaos. However, one customer sat quietly in his usual corner booth, absorbed in a book. Mr. Thompson, as Lisa had come to know him, was a regular at Maple Grove. His presence had become as much a fixture of the diner as the worn-out red vinyl seats and the aroma of freshly baked pies. Mr. Thompson was an enigma. He rarely engaged in conversation and never asked for much. He would come in at the same time each day, ordering the same meal, a hearty beef stew with mashed potatoes and a slice of apple pie. He always left a generous tip, which Lisa appreciated, though she often wondered about the man's life outside the diner. Why was he so reserved? What stories lay behind his calm exterior? As Lisa bustled through her shift that evening, she accidentally misplaced Mr. Thompson's order amidst the other tickets. The mix-up went unnoticed until it was time to deliver his meal. By then, she was wrapping up the evening's orders, preparing to clear the diner for the night. It was then that she noticed her oversight, her heart sinking as she remembered the one customer who had yet to be served. "Hey, I think I forgot Mr. Thompson's order," she called out to the cook, a fellow named Jake, who was known for his culinary skills and quick hands. Jake gave her a knowing grin. "No worries. I'll get that out quickly for you. It's on the house," he replied as he played the meal with precision and handed it to Lisa. "Thanks, Jake. You're a lifesaver," she said, grateful for his swift assistance. With the tray in hand, Lisa hurried over to Mr. Thompson's booth, her mind racing with apologies. "Mr. Thompson, I'm so sorry about the mix-up. I completely forgot your meal, but here it is now." He looked up, his eyes meeting hers with an expression of unexpected warmth. "No trouble at all," he replied, a soft smile breaking through his usual stoicism. "Thank you for bringing it." As Lisa watched him begin to eat, she felt a small sense of relief wash over her. The interaction was brief, and she quickly moved on to finish her tasks, eager to wrap up for the night and head home for some well-deserved rest. The diner quieted down, and she began to look forward to her evening. The next morning, as Lisa was opening her mailbox, she found a letter addressed to her in elegant, unfamiliar handwriting. The envelope felt thick and substantial, and curiosity bubbled within her. The letter inside was an invitation to a grand estate just outside the city, a place she had never heard of. It included a note stating that her presence was requested at a private event that afternoon. She debated whether to go. The allure of the unknown was tempting, and after a moment of contemplation, she decided to attend. The drive to the estate was filled with anticipation and wonder. The lush landscapes of Maplewood gave way to the sprawling grounds of the mansion, which loomed ahead like something out of a fairy tale. The property was immaculately manicured with fountains, glistening under the midday sun, and paths lined with blooming flowers. As she approached the entrance, she felt an exhilarating mix of excitement and trepidation. A well-dressed butler greeted her at the door, his demeanor exuding professionalism and grace. "Welcome to Meadowview Estate, Miss Carter," he said with a slight bow, leading her into the opulent interior. The grandeur was breathtaking, with lavish furnishings, intricate chandeliers, and tasteful decor that spoke of a life of luxury she could only dream of. As she entered the main hall, Lisa's heart raced at the sight of Mr. Thompson, now dressed in a tailored suit that exuded sophistication and authority. The transformation was startling. His usual casual attire had been replaced with a polished elegance that left her momentarily speechless. "I'm so glad you could make it," he said, his warm smile a stark contrast to his reserved demeanor at the diner. "Mr. Thompson," she stammered, still trying to grasp the reality of the situation. "Please call me Henry," he replied, chuckling softly. "I wanted to thank you for your kindness last night. It's rare to find someone who shows genuine care, even for the smallest things." He led her to a room where a small, intimate gathering was underway. As he introduced her to other guests, business associates, philanthropists, and notable figures, Lisa felt out of place among such influential individuals. Why was she, a simple waitress, being honored alongside them? Throughout the evening, Henry shared stories of his life. He revealed that he was not just a reclusive billionaire, but also someone deeply passionate about philanthropy and making a positive impact in the world. Despite his wealth, he had chosen to live a life of privacy, away from the prying eyes of the public, and had only recently begun to reconnect with those who had shown him genuine kindness. As the event drew to a close, Henry approached Lisa, gesturing for her to follow him to a quiet corner of the mansion, away from the crowd. "I wanted to personally thank you for your kindness," he said, his voice sincere. "Your gesture was a reminder of what truly matters in life." Lisa looked at him, still processing the surreal turn of events. "I don't understand why all this for just delivering a forgotten meal," she said, her brow furrowed with confusion. Henry smiled, his eyes twinkling with warmth. "It's not just about the meal, Lisa. It's about compassion and the reminder that there are still good people in the world. I want to offer you something, an opportunity to make a difference, to pursue your dreams, and to live a life that brings you joy." He handed her a small envelope. Trembling slightly, she opened it to find a check inside, an amount that was more than she could have ever imagined. It was enough to cover her debts, pursue her writing career full-time, and even help others in need. Along with the check was an invitation to join Henry's philanthropic foundation, where she could contribute to causes she was passionate about. Lisa was overwhelmed. She struggled to find the right words. "This is beyond anything I could have hoped for." "Why me?" "Because sometimes it's the small acts of kindness that have the greatest impact," Henry replied. "You reminded me of the goodness in the world, and I want to support you in making a difference." With a mix of gratitude and disbelief, Lisa accepted the offer. The following months were transformative for her. She left her job at the diner and embraced a new chapter in her life, driven by her passion for writing and philanthropy. She dedicated her time to honing her craft, writing stories that inspired others, and sharing her experiences through various charitable initiatives. As her work began to gain recognition, she found herself in a whirlwind of opportunities she had once only dreamed of. She used her newfound resources to support various causes, from youth literacy programs to shelters for the homeless. Henry's gesture had not only changed her life, but had also inspired her to spread kindness in ways she had never imagined. In the quiet moments, Lisa often reflected on that fateful night at the diner. The night, a simple act of compassion, had set off a chain of events that brought about profound change in her life. She understood that the true value of kindness lay not in grand gestures, but in the small, everyday actions that touched lives and fostered connections. As the seasons changed in Maplewood, so did Lisa's life. She became a beacon of hope for many, sharing her story and encouraging others to embrace kindness in their own lives. She knew that the impact of her journey extended far beyond her own experience. Each day she strived to be a reminder of the goodness in the world. Years later, during a philanthropic gala hosted by Henry's Foundation, Lisa stood at the podium, sharing her story with an audience captivated by her words. "It all started with a forgotten meal," she said, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "A simple act of kindness changed my life, and it continues to inspire me to give back every day." As she concluded her speech, the crowd erupted in applause, a wave of appreciation washing over her. Lisa felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing that she had not only transformed her life, but also touched the lives of others. The path she had taken was illuminated by the kindness of one man and the power of a single act of compassion. The journey had not always been easy. There were challenges and setbacks, moments of doubt and fear. But through it all, Lisa had learned that kindness was a powerful force, capable of creating ripples that reached far beyond what one might ever expect. Her story became a testament to the profound impact of empathy and generosity, showing that even in a world filled with complexities, there was always room for compassion and connection. As the evening wore on and the guests began to mingle, Lisa caught a glimpse of Henry across the room, his eyes filled with pride and encouragement. They exchanged knowing smiles, a silent acknowledgement of the journey they had embarked on together. In that moment, she realized that the gift of kindness had not only changed her life, but had also forged a bond that would last a lifetime. And so, the little waitress who once served meals at the Maple Grove Diner became a storyteller, a champion for those in need, and a beacon of hope for her community, all because of a forgotten meal and the unexpected gift that followed.